welcome. So for this class, this practice, we're going to work on taming our lizard pose. So lizard pose is quite a deep surrendering pose. So it's working on the hips, so it's deep into the hips, deep flexion in the hips, flexibility in the hips. And you have to surrender into it, so relaxing into it. So we'll work on warming up the body first, and then we'll do various variations of lizard pose. So if you come into your comfortable seated position, you can rest your hands on your thighs or palms facing up, thumb and forefinger joined. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Bring the awareness first to the length in the body. So lengthening out through the spine, through the ribs, through the abdomen. Relaxing the shoulders down, chest nice and open, crown of the head going up towards the ceiling. And then bring your awareness into the natural flow of the breath. So becoming more present in the mind, in the body, internalizing, forgetting all the rushing around and all the busyness and all the jobs, putting them all to one side. This is your time to be with your practice. And start then to lengthen and deepen the breath. Inhaling from the tailbone, following that central line, the body Sushumna, all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhaling from the crown of the head, all the way back down to the tip of the tailbone. So visualizing that central line, the body, following it up on the inhale. And down on the exhale. Take 3 more nice deep breaths like this. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. And if you want to, you can bring on your Ujjayi breath and try to keep your Ujjayi breath going throughout your practice. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So we'll come into our child's pose. Sitting back onto the heels, stretching the arms out, relaxing the head down. So lengthening out through the spine. If you have your blocks handy, you can take your blocks if you want to, and just put the hands onto the blocks. And see if you can feel more across the shoulders then. Less of an angle on the arms can be straighter. Maybe you can feel it all the way down into the sacrum, into your tailbone. Let's take a few more nice deep breaths here. Just feeling into it, surrendering into the pose. And then when you're ready, coming up onto your hands and knees. So knees in line with your hips, coming into your tabletop position, so leaving your blocks to one side if you were using them. Wrists in line with your shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And as you inhale now, dip the abdomen, lift the head and chest. So we're just making space in the spine. As you exhale, chin to chest, round the shoulders, navel draws in, tailbone tucks under. On your next inhale, tailbone lifts, abdomen dips, chest opens, lengthening up through the throat, looking up. And then exhale, chin to chest, round the shoulders, navel draws in, push the mat away, tuck the tailbone under. So let's do 4 more here in your own time. Working with the breath, inhaling as you dip the abdomen and exhaling as you curl and round. Inhaling, dipping the abdomen. Exhaling, pushing the mat away, rounding the shoulders. 2 more rounds. And then come back to center. So into your tabletop position. And we're just going to take a twist here. So you're going to inhale, you're going to raise your right arm up. So weight into your left hand. Inhale, raise your right arm up, look up. And then exhale, take it through underneath your left arm. Come down onto your right shoulder, right side of the head. So make sure that that feels okay with the neck. If there's anything going on with the neck, if it doesn't feel good, then sit this one out. Stay in your tabletop or in your child's pose. So we're stretching the left arm out in front or overhead, or you can bring it behind you and just rotate that left shoulder back a little bit more. And then take the left hand down. So place it down so you can press down to come back up. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, raise the left arm up, look up, stretch up. Exhale, take it through the right arm. Come down onto that left shoulder and either stretching that the right arm out overhead, or take it behind. Rotate that right shoulder back. And then coming back up, so place your right hand on the mat so you can press into it to come back up. Staying in tabletop, we're just going to do a couple of circles with the hips. So inhale as you lean forward and then bring the hips to the right, back. Exhale as you go round to the left. So inhale to the right, back. Exhale to the left. Inhale forward, right, back, exhale, left. So whatever feels good, there's no right or wrong. If the knees feel a little bit of pressure here, you can always put something underneath your knees. We'll pause here and we'll go in the other direction. So going forward and over to the left on the inhale, around to the right on the exhale. So 3 more here. Again, there's no right or wrong, whatever feels good for you. So just creating a little bit of space and getting the body nice and warmed up. Okay, take the hands one hand distance further away. Tuck your toes. We're going to lift up now for our first down dog. So have a little walk. Bend one knee, straighten the other, move from side to side. Draw the heel of the straight leg down towards the floor. Don't worry if it doesn't touch the floor. Not everyone's will. Everyone is completely different. So it's all about what feels good. So feeling into your body and what's right for you. So steady the feet now and just take the weight from one foot to the other, rocking from side to side. And then steady yourself all together in your down dog. So feet are hip distance apart. Take a bend on the knees to whatever degree makes your spine feel nice and long. So send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Lengthen out through the spine, through the shoulders. Deepen the breath. Two more nice deep breaths here. And then coming down onto your hands and knees. And take a little child's pose. You can take your hands down by your feet and wiggle your fingers. And that will relieve any excess pressure on the wrists. Okay, so coming back up now to your tabletop position. Working with your hips. So let me go this way. So wrists in line with your shoulders once more, knees in line with your hips. We're going to start off with the right leg and we're going to do circles into the hip. So you're going to keep the right knee bent and you're going to inhale, bring the right knee towards the right arm. Take it out to the side. Exhale as you bring it around, keeping it bent and bring it back to center. So inhale, right knee towards the right arm. Take it out to the side. Exhale as you bring it back in. Inhale, right knee towards the arm. Take it out. Exhale, back in. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Lower that knee down. And we'll do the left side. So inhale as the left knee goes towards the left arm. Take it out. Exhale, back in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then from here, lower the knee back down, tuck your toes, stretch your arms out a little further and lift up for your down dog. Just give the legs a little bit of a stretch. And then we'll come back onto our hands and knees again. So we're going to go in the other direction, same movement, but going in the reverse direction. So we're using our core strength here as well as creating space, lubricating the hips. So you're going to take your right knee back, keeping the knee bent. Inhale, take it out to the side. Exhale as you bring it towards your right arm and back in. Inhale, take it out, around. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release it down. We'll do the other side. So left side. Inhale, take the left knee back. Out to the side. Exhale, bring it towards the left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more. And bring it back down. And lift up for your down dog. And bring a little bit of movement, just feel into the body again, see what feels good. Maybe little rocks from side to side, maybe just lifting the heels, lowering them back down, bending more into the knees. So just finding space and length in your down dog. Okay, so from here, we're going to do the same again, but in our down dog. So if this feels a little tricky for you, you can do the same again on the hands and knees. Okay. So again, coming to the hands and knees if you want to do the same again. Or wait into the left foot, inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, heel to buttock, open the hip. And then we're going to do little circles. So we're going to go in one direction first, doesn't matter which direction, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, try not to collapse on that left arm, 4. And then we'll go in the other direction, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then straighten the leg behind for three-legged dog. And bring that foot back down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So if you need to take a little child's pose, take a little child's pose. Pause me for a second. If not, we'll carry on. Left leg behind. Heel to buttock. Open the hip. And then 4 in each direction. 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten that leg behind, three-legged dog. Lower that foot down. Inhale to the knees. Exhale, child's pose. Take a little breather. Wiggle the fingers. Okay, so from here we're going to come up, back up into our down dog. So don't mind me moving around. You stay in one place wherever you can see me best. I'm just moving around so that you get a better idea of what I'm doing. So from here we're going to step forward. So you're going to put your weight into your left foot. Inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring yourself forward and step that right foot forward. Now if you need to, you can come to the knees and then step your right foot forward. So just coming into your lunge. So high on your fingers, chest lifted. And just lengthen out through that left leg. Make sure your right ankle is underneath your right knee so your joints are stacked. And keep inching that left leg back a little more. Lengthening out through that left leg. If you need to lower the knee down, you can. But just take a few more breaths here. And then place your hands and step back for your down dog. Have a little walk. And we'll do the same again on the other side. So weight into your right foot. Inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, knee to nose. So see how I'm coming up really high on my right foot. So I'm right on my tippy toes. And then I'm stepping that left foot forward. Lengthening out through the right leg now this time. Left ankle underneath my left knee. Joints are stacked. And just pressing into it, getting as much length into that right leg. So keeping that right leg nice and strong. Take a few more breaths here. And then place your hands. Exhale. Step back. Down dog. And then come down onto your knees. Come into a child's pose. Take a few breaths there. Okay, so taking your blocks, having them handy at the front of your mat. And stepping up into your down dog once again. I'm just going to move these for a second so you can see. Okay, so from here, inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, bring your right knee as high up onto your right arm as you can. So you're coming into plank. And then inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, bring that right knee as high up that right arm as you can. Keeping that left leg nice and strong. Inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, bring that knee as high as you can, up that right arm. Inhale, right leg behind. One more time. Exhale, right knee to right arm. Hold if you can for 3, 2, 1. Take it behind and lower that foot down. Inhale to the knees. Exhale, child's pose. Wiggle the fingers. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Coming up. Stay this way. So inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, left knee as high up that left arm as you can. Inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale, left leg behind. So you'll see I'm bringing the inside of my knee to the outside of my arm. Exhale. Inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, knee to arm. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Take it behind and lower it down. Come to your knees. Take your child's pose. Have a few breaths. Okay, blocks. So we're going to practice stepping our right leg into dragon pose. So use your blocks. Come into your down dog. Your hands on your blocks. Now, I've got middle setting here, but if you want to, you can do high setting, although that might feel a little bit unstable. So, middle setting, having them this way, long ways, hands by your side. So weight into your right foot. Weight into your left foot. Inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, you're going to bring that right knee once again towards the right arm, but then step that foot down. So coming into your dragon pose. From here, you can come up higher onto your blocks then. Adjust that foot if you need to. Lengthen out through that left leg. Just feeling into your dragon pose. So even if you can go lower, let's stay higher for the moment. And let's think about length in the spine. So lengthening out through the spine. Press your hands onto your blocks and just play around with that. So just pressing the left heel back a little bit, kind of gently rocking, maybe lifting the right foot, lowering it down. So just feeling into it, feeling what feels good, getting those little extra stretches. And then take your hands back onto your blocks. Lower, middle setting is preferable because it just feels a little bit unstable on the higher ones. And then step yourself back into your down dog. So we'll do that side on this time. So we're doing the left side. Hands are on your blocks, middle setting. Weight into your right foot. Inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, bring that left knee as high up that left arm as you can. And then step that foot forward. Adjust it if you need to. Lengthen out through that right leg. Change the setting of the blocks. Coming onto your higher setting. Pressing your hands into the blocks. Lengthening out. So think of a long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And see if you can create that long line. Take a couple of more breaths here, feeling into it. Maybe lifting that right foot, the left foot, lowering it back down. Lengthening out through the right. Pressing down into it. And then change the setting on your blocks for stability. And step that left foot back. So from here, using your blocks as well, we're going to come into a forward fold. So you're going to walk your blocks back towards your feet. Use your blocks to lengthen the spine, so even higher setting on your blocks. Press down, lengthen, so tailbone goes back. Think of lengthening, drawing your shoulders back, lengthening the neck. And then draw your navel in and fold yourself down from the hips. Change the setting on the blocks. If that feels good, you might want to keep the setting on the blocks. If you want to let go of the blocks, you can. You can take hold of the feet. So trying to get a really good stretch into the hamstrings. So as you can see, my knees are still bent because that is what feels good for my spine. So the most important thing is spine here, not legs. So lengthen the spine as much as you can. Crown of the head going down towards the floor. And then you can just gently work on stretching into the legs a little, if that feels good. Okay, and then we're going to walk our hands back. Come into our down dog. So if you want to use your blocks again, if that worked for you, you can use your blocks again. But if you'd like to try stepping into your lizard pose without your blocks, then leave them to one side and come up into your down dog. So from here, inhale, right leg behind. So weight into your left foot, right leg behind. Exhale, right knee to right upper arm. And then see if you can step it forward. Now you might want to walk it in a little bit, and that's fine. And then high on the fingers, lengthen that left leg. So your right foot is to the outside edge of your hands. And go where you feel that length still in your spine. So staying up high for the moment and just feeling into that stretch, getting that length into your spine. Feel into it once more. Bring movement into it if that feels good. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. And then take your hands to the floor. Again, if you want to use your blocks, you can use your blocks. And step that right foot back. Come into your down dog. So we'll do the other side. So inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, bring that left knee high up the left arm. And then step it. And walk it in. Move it around until you get that left knee, ankle is still underneath my left knee. And I'm wiggling back my right leg, trying to get as much length into that right leg as I can. And then bringing movement into it if that feels good. But still lengthening up through my spine. So taking another few breaths there, you can use your blocks here, you can come up higher. Take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, step yourself back into your down dog. And once again, you can walk back into your forward fold. Use your blocks or don't use your blocks. Whatever feels good. So if you feel like you need to, using your blocks gets you more length in the spine here, do. And release down then. Take a few breaths there. Okay, so walking the hands back into your down dog. And we'll take it a little deeper now this time. So weight into your left foot, inhale, right leg behind, exhale, stepping it forward to the outside edge of your mat. Lengthen through your left leg. So get to that point first. And then see how you feel today about going a little further. So using your blocks, maybe coming down onto the elbows. So you could start off just by lowering that right shoulder down and see how that feels. And if that feels good, you can try and lower the left. So see what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, stay up on your hands. Take it to where it feels right for you. Keep lengthening out through that left leg. And then coming back up. Hands down on the floor or on your blocks on the lower setting. And step back for your down dog. And we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg behind. Exhale, take your left foot to the outside edge of your left hand. Adjust as you need to. Create that length. And then if you want to, use your blocks and come down, maybe onto the elbows. You can start, as I said, with the right with your left hand rather. See how that feels, and then bring the right one. And then coming back up, blocks to one side, and when you're ready, step back for your down dog. So take a few breaths in your down dog. And then walk your hands back into your forward fold. Take a few breaths there. Okay, walk your hands back. Come on to the hands and knees. Take a child's pose for a moment. And now we'll work into our final variation. So again, going back to the variation before, if that felt intense enough for you, remember we don't want any pain, no sharpness. So you may want to do this tutorial a couple of times and work your way into the deeper version. So coming onto your hands and knees, or using your blocks again if you need to. Weight into your left hand, inhale, right leg behind. Exhale, take it to the outside edge of your right hand, walk it in, and then stretch that left leg back. So get your position first. Okay, so create length first, and then option to use your blocks once again, or options to try to bring the lower arms down onto the floor. You can lower down that left knee if you need to. If that feels better, lower down the left knee. And then you can also come onto the outside edge of that right foot. So only if your forearms are completely on the floor, do you attempt to come onto the outside edge of that right foot. Take 2 more breaths here. And then make your way up, come onto your hands, and step that right foot back. Come onto your knees, take a child's pose, take a moment, let the body absorb that. Just looking, there's a wasp in here. Hopefully it'll stay over by the window. They're a bit deadly looking at this time of year. So, if you see me run off, you know why. So when you're ready, we'll come back up into our down dog. Okay, so we'll go for the left side. So weight into the right leg, inhale, left leg behind, exhale, step that left foot, knee goes to the outside edge, and then step it in, lengthen out through that right leg. So find your position first. Feel into it, get that length in your spine. And then option to use your blocks again, or option to come down onto the elbows. You can lower down that right knee if that feels good. Coming onto the outside edge of the left foot. So work your way into it. See what feels good. Don't force it. If it doesn't feel good, Leave it for today, work your way up. Take 2 more breaths here. And then coming onto the hands, coming onto the sole of that left foot. And then take that foot back, come into your down dog. Take a few breaths there. Maybe a little rocking from side to side. And then coming down onto your hands and knees. And let's make our way onto the back. Okay. So just take a couple of breaths here in active rest. Just let the body settle. Make sure you're nice and neutral. So relax the shoulders. Create space between the shoulders. Relax the pelvis, the back, and feel that space in the stomach, in the ribs. So you're still got a long spine lying down. Chin is lightly tucked in towards the chest. Okay, so we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest now. Interlace the fingers. Place the hands over the shin, so not over the knee, but over the shin. So halfway down the leg. So we're compressing the whole leg. And extend the left leg down along the floor if that feels good. You can keep a bend in the knee if you need to. And just take a few breaths there, compressing that whole right leg into the body. And then from here we'll go for our half stirrup pose or happy baby pose. So take hold of the outside edge of your right foot. So you might need to lift up in order to do that. And you can bend that left knee as well if that feels better for you to do that first. And then bring that sole of the foot. So see how I'm supporting my knee there with my left hand. Sole of the foot goes up towards the ceiling. And you're drawing your knee. To begin with, you draw it towards your chest. Once you've reached that point, you start to draw it a little more over towards the right armpit. And again, you can have a bend on that left knee if you prefer. So this is like an upside down version of your dragon pose. And then extend that leg back out. So just take a few breaths there in Shavasana. And just maybe feel the difference from one side to the other. Notice if there's a difference. Settle yourself back down. And then when you're ready, bring the left knee in. Now if you prefer, you can always bend that right leg up first. Bring that left knee in, interlace the fingers, take it over the left shin. And if you want to, extend that right leg down. And again, compressing that left leg, into the left side of the body. Feeling that stretch. And then getting ready for your half happy baby or stirrup pose on this side. Take the left hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Support the knee. Lift the head and chest to begin with. And then take that foot towards the ceiling. And the knee goes towards the chest to begin with, and then towards the armpits. So as you work your way deeper into this pose, you start to bring the knee down towards the armpit. Option once again to have a bend in that right leg if you want to. And you can always take hold here at the back of the knee with both hands if that feels better for you. And then releasing and extending that left leg back down. From here, then take the feet to the outside edges of your mat. So your feet are wider than your hips, and let your knees drop into each other. Take a few breaths there. And then take the knees back up towards the ceiling. Keep the feet where they are. And we're just going to bring the knees over to the left. So bring the knees over to the left, both knees over to the left. And just draw that right knee down towards the floor, but keeping that right shoulder grounded. You can relax the left hand, place it on your ribs or abdomen or left leg. And then come back up to center and we'll do the other side. So you're bringing the knees over to the right and just drawing that left knee down towards the floor. Left shoulder stays on the ground. Relax the right arm wherever feels good. And then come back to center. Walk the feet in together and then bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock. Maybe just bringing the knees in more to the chest to get that stretch into the sacrum. So just gently lifting the tailbone off the floor, rounding the back a little bit, pressing the center of the back, the thoracic spine into the floor. And then releasing, press the tailbone down, get that little arch. So just playing around with what feels good. And then take the arms out, letter T, wrists in line with the shoulders. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees over to the left and ground down your right shoulder. So for you, you might feel better to draw the knees further away from you. You might find it easier to let the knees relax on the floor when you do that. So try to bring the knees wherever feels good, that you can keep those legs nice and relaxed so you're not hanging in the air. You can put the feet down first, but your right shoulder is staying on the ground. And then knees into the chest and knees over to the right. Ground down your left shoulder. So again, play around with where the knees are for you so that you can relax into the stretch. And then bring the knees back up. Give yourself a little hug. And stretch the legs out. Come into Shavasana. So allow the legs to be a comfortable distance apart. The feet just relax out to the sides. Arms a comfortable distance away from the body, palms facing up. Chin lightly tucked in towards the chest. Eyes and mouth gently closed, or a soft gaze on the eyes if you prefer. And then just feel into the body. Feel into the breath. Feel those little sensations, that tingling energy of the body, or the chi being moved around the body, or the chi energy rushing to nourish and lubricate all the joints. Just noticing how that feels for you. Taking a few nice deep breaths in and out through the abdomen. Expanding the abdomen on the inhale, contracting the abdomen on the exhale. And you can stop me here if you want to. You can go onto the site and find yourself a relaxation or a yoga nidra. You can spend a little longer in relaxation if that feels good for you today. But if you're ready to come up now, open the eyes and just orientate yourself. Have a look around the room. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Stretch the arms overhead. Bring the legs together. And when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest and slowly rolling over onto one side. Make your way up. Come into a comfortable seat. Take your right hand on your chest, left hand on your abdomen. And we'll close the eyes. We'll take 3 more nice deep breaths and we'll inhale peace. Exhale calm. Inhale peace. Exhale calm. Inhale peace. Exhale calm. Open the eyes. Thank you, my lovelies, for joining me. Take care. See you soon. Bye.